reading vlog. I read a lot, almost all of it is on my Kindle. I don't own a Kindle. I use the Kindle app on my phone, my iPad, and also on my laptop. I think I talked about it before. If I am reading non-fiction or if I'm reading a fiction book for critically reviewing it, I usually do that on my laptop. Otherwise, I mostly read on my phone. Back when I was a student, I couldn't imagine reading anything other than physical books. And I preferred hardbacks for non-fiction and paperbacks for fiction. And it's taken almost 10 years for me to train myself not only to read on Kindle, on my phone, but also read in short bursts throughout the day. I know a lot of people don't like that, and I used to be one of them, because of which at one point I think I stopped reading completely. But you know what they say, if you really want to do something, you'll figure out a way, and that's why my reading habits and my preferences have changed so much over the years. This weekend I want to finish reading The Christmas Pact by Vicky Keeland and Penelope Ward. Holiday romance books are a must for this season, right? It also happens to be one of my guilty pleasures. You know, back when I was in school, I went to a boarding school where we used to have timings for everything. So we had a specific timing when we would read. We called it study hours. And during that time, we used to, instead of reading a course book, we used to read books like novels. We used to put them on our laps and pretend we are reading course books. We thought we were so clever. We were so proud of ourselves, but I'm sure the teachers knew exactly what we were doing. So yeah, that's where I actually developed my reading habit. Anyway, so this one is it's an enemies to lover book. It's a cute, light-hearted romance, and it's a good palate cleanser for the other one that I'm reading. That's another thing. I read multiple books at a time, something that I couldn't imagine doing before. The other one that I'm reading is If You Tell by Greg Olson, and it also has a free audiobook for the Kindle Unlimited version. So I'm listening to it on audio. So the book is about these three sisters who survive horrible events at the hands of their own mother. Now, generally, I don't pick up these kinds of books, but I'm trying to expand the genre, the different genres that I read in. Also, this author, I like his writing style, and I'm trying to read more books by authors who write for mature audience. So I'm trying to read more authors like that. But yeah, this is a hard book, and that's why I think I'll finish this one and then I'll finish Christmas Pact, because I need something warm-hearted, something happily ever after I finish this book. I'll need that reassurance that world is good once I finish reading this one. I listen to a lot of audiobooks. My favorite narrators are Lorelei King, Amanda Roncorny, and my absolute favorite, Julia Whelan. If I'm not sure what books to listen to on audiobook, I usually pick up anything that she has narrated because I absolutely love her. One of my ultimate fanciful wishes is to have her narrate one of my books. Maybe one day. The narrator for this one is Karen Peaks, and I think she narrates most of all of the books by this author. The last thing she ever did was also narrated by her. I listened to that a few days ago. So I'll get with my day and I'll keep reading throughout the day, and we will see how far I get by the end of this weekend, and I'll update you then. break before I could film again because this book is so intense. It is so out of my comfort zone to read anything like this, and to know that all this was true, that was hard. If You Tell by Gregg Olsen is a true crime novel. I don't know if I mentioned that in the beginning of the vlog, and without giving away a lot, here are my thoughts. I don't know if it was a good thing that I went into this blind. I didn't read too much about it before I read it, listened to it, and so it was all a shock. The story starts off with a bang. This man marries this woman whom he tells he's just a few years older, but soon after the wedding they find out that he's not only 10 years older but also already married before and has 3 kids. So right off the bat, this newlywed is a mother of 3, and the oldest of them is Shelley, who is just a nightmare of a child, very manipulative, also testing what she can get away with. You don't know too much about their biological mother or what horrors she has put her own kids through for them to turn out this way. Shelley eventually gets married and continues to manipulate people around her. She has her own children. This story is told by the survivors of that's Shelley's abuse. Now I have to say that all that she does to her children was unimaginable for me. At times it was hard even to comprehend what she was even doing this and how she was doing this to her own biological children. It was so hard to listen to it for more than 10-15 minutes at a stretch. There are so many things I can't believe a human can do, and the reaction some of the people had, it was hard to imagine why some people would do these things or allow her to do these things. It was one of those books that was so hard to read but so well written, and knowing that it's all true made it all the more difficult. I found it interesting that the author chose some of the creative liberties. I don't know the facts of this true crime, and I'm not going to torture myself anymore by going and looking for what the facts were. But it was interesting the way the author portrayed some characters to be innocent, just innocent bystanders. I am in my mind, I can't allow myself to understand the depraved and evil things these people did and allowed to happen to these 3 kids. But I can understand that a person, when they fail to stand up to the first abuse, it gets harder to stand up to the subsequent abuse, because the line that we say we've drawn, people tend to further that line of abuse as the abuse goes on. I think it stands true everywhere. We see that a lot in politics. I suppose we can apply that here too. Anyways, I gave it a 4-star and would recommend it if true crime interests you, but fair warning, this book has some very graphic depiction of violence and sexual assault. Now to the happy, light-hearted one, The Christmas Pact. It's about Riley Kennedy, whose office emails mistakenly always gets delivered to Kennedy Riley. They finally meet at a Christmas party. It's a very predictable, cheesy novel. I think I mentioned before, it's an enemies to lover romance, and I'm glad to finish this after If You Tell, because I needed that escape from reality. If you like light-hearted Christmas romance, this one is a quick read and a good one. And now on to the next book. Happy reading.